Today we will do the remaining part of the drainage system, that is lakes. Now lakes, it is a large water body which is surrounded by land, is called a lake. Lakes are permanent. Some contain water during the rainy season. Lakes are formed by the action of glaciers and ice sheets, by wind, river action, and by human activities. Due to water supply rises and falls, there are three types of lakes. One is young lake, number B is shrinking lake, number C is dying lake. Now young lake is a lake which is formed when a river fills a hollow in the ground to create the lake. The water flows through the lake, running out into another river. That is called a young lake when it is formed. Shrinking lake is that lake which carries soil which falls on the bottom as it enters the lake, because the lake is bringing some soil, the mud, and then slowly it is filling up the bottom of the lake. As it enters in the lake, a layer of soil builds up along the edge of the lake, and then it slowly starts to shrink. The last one is the dying lake. The dying lake is the soil layers extends the lake. Plants grow there and the layers become thick. This continues until the lake vanishes. So this goes on that the different types of lakes are formed and the life of a lake goes on like this. Then we have some important lakes which we have to remember for our map work also. The Vular Lake is the largest freshwater lake of India. It is in Jammu and Kashmir. Then we have Sambhar Lake, another lake of Rajasthan, which is salty. In the desert area, we have a lake named as Sambhar Lake and known Sambhar Lake, which is in Rajasthan and it is salty. Next one is Chilika Lake in Odisha. It is a vast lagoon. Now we'll see what is a lagoon. A lagoon is when the lake is formed by spits and bars in the coastal areas. And especially the lagoon is, again we can say that, a salt water lake. Another name for lagoon we can say. Next we will be seeing the benefits of a lake. Benefits of a lake is a lake helps in preventing flood by regulating the flow of a river. So whenever there is a lake, it is helping or it is preventing from flood. During dry season, a lake helps to maintain an even flow of the river. Lakes are also used for generating tidal power. Next topic of ours is role of rivers in the economy. Rivers have been the center of human civilization since ancient times, because during the ancient times those nomads and all, they used to search or they used to roam here and there, and finally they have settled down near the river system so that they can start settling down there, living there, cultivation, and then start to settle in those areas. So that's why it is said as the center of human civilization. The river water is also used for irrigation, navigation, hydroelectricity, fisheries, etc. And the last one, we will see the river pollution, because after doing of so many things, now the river has been polluted, especially by those industries and then factories, or the silt and mud, whichever it is bringing, it leads to river pollution. Now what happens when there is a river pollution, or how we can manage it? River pollution has been on the rise in India and all over the world. We face a challenge today to reduce current pollution inputs. It is necessary that the rivers need to be made safe for people to use by cleaning up toxic chemicals in the contaminated sediments and plain soils. Lastly, we can say that prevention of pollution of rivers and their ecosystem must be their major goal. So we end this drainage chapter here, and then we will be seeing another video on another lesson. Thank you.